Introduction to group by in Python data frame. So in pandas, the data frame is one of the most important topic, and today we are going to use Python data frame and learn the concept of group by. If you have worked on SQL and Excel, you might be familiar with the concepts of group by. Let's go over it, and the first step, as you know, is we have to import the library, and the import library syntax is import pandas as PD. So PD is going to be our short name for pandas, and whenever you want to insert more command line, you have to just press the B key few times and we can get few command lines. So the first step what I am going to do is I have a comma separated file, and I am going to read this file into data frame. So here if you look at the syntax, I am saying data frame 0 is panda.read CSV, and the name of the file is yahoo futures.csv, and I got this data from Yahoo, and I say the head, that means I'm going to display the top 5 records. So here I am showing what index it is, like it's S&P 500, for which date, and for each day what was its opening value, closing value, the high and the low. And also I have the volume. I have not shown you certain records here. We also have CSV data for Nasdaq and Dow Jones. So this one file has all the information. Now let's say I want to group by dates, and if I want to group by date, there is a Python syntax where we can say the data frame name which we got as df0 and then group by date. So for the given date March 1st, we may have few other records in the file. We'll have for, let's say, S&P 500, we'll have for Dow Jones, we'll have for Nasdaq. So it's going to group all those together and keep them in one data frame, and then I can play around with it. I can say get me the mean of that, show me the head on that, all that kind of stuff. So let's see. When I do like this, what it's doing here is first it's taking all the records for March 1st, and then it goes ahead and finds the average of all the value and shows the top 5. Why would anyone want to do that? Let's say there are 3 indexes and I don't want to see every time all those 3. So I want to create my own index, which is a simple average of adding these 3. And whenever I look at it, I get to know if the market is going high or low. So that's pretty neat that you can have your own index by making out of these 3 index. Okay, now that we have done that, let's go a step further and see if we can see the data inside that. So if I want to see the data inside this, what I can do is I can create um, a for loop where I can have a date and a data frame which is made for each date, and I group and then I have this object data frame group by object. This data frame group by object contains the date and contains the data frame date. So what it internally does is, when in the previous statement, which is the line number 10, when you said data frame group by date, internally it goes in for each date, it finds the data and it puts it into the data frame group by object, right? So then we have this data frame group by object here. For this object, what I can do is I can loop in a for loop, find each of its date and corresponding data. Once we have a look at it, this will give you more clarity. So here if you see, for March 1st, we have 3 records, one for S&P, one for Dow Jones, one for Nasdaq. It shows the date for what is the open and close for each of this. Similarly for March 10th, it does the same. Note here, after March 1, it was not March 2nd, it was March 10th. The reason is this parameter date is not a timestamp, It's a string. When it's a string, it sorts the string, and after 1 it takes 10, then 11. Okay. Anyways, let's not go into that now. So now we are able to loop in a for loop in this data frame group by object, identify the string which is the date, and identify the data frame. And once we have this, this is something like key value pair. Given this key, you can get the value out of it, right? So how do we do that? So for that as well, we have some syntax where given a key, you can get the value. So the method for that is in the group by data frame group by object, we have a method called getGroup. So given a date string as input parameter, it would give you the data frame object as a result. So now for the March 16th date, you have three records, and the S&P, Dow Jones and Nasdaq. You can find the date and all the values, which is the open, high, low, close, and the volume of the trade. You can get that. So far we got to know how to pull information. Now let's do something more meaningful. So let's go over this once again in a different format. So here I did group by date, but that's actually not very meaningful. Instead, let's rewrite this code where we group by the index itself. Okay, so now I am grouping by the futures, which is Dow Jones Industrial Average, and then when we arrange them, you see we have for March 1 to all the way to I think March 31. So we have the values for each of the Dow Jones for different date, and it shows the whole set here. And this is the string futures, and this is the data frame for each of that. So for Dow Jones, this is the data frame. For Nasdaq, here is the next data frame, and for S&P, here is the next data frame. So basically, this has created a name value pair or key value pair, where for every future we are able to get the value, and the value is a data frame object by itself. So now we have the data frame object, we can go and do some logics on it. Like we can do what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the average, and all those kind of stuff. So now here what I'm doing is I'm saying we have the data frame group by object, find the minimum value and store it in a new data frame called data frame min, and I'm showing that. Okay, so here if you watch out, we have Dow Jones, the minimum is on March 1st, values are 0. Nasdaq minimum is once again March 1st. S&P once again the March 1st. This is something not right. The reason this is behaving like this is for each of the column it does separate analysis and it finds the minimum value. So it's possible that on March 1st we didn't have the market open at the lowest value, and on March 1st not necessarily the high was the lowest. So but the data is showing it that way because it's considering each and every column by itself and finds the minimum value for Dow Jones, for Nasdaq. So based on every string Dow Jones or whatever the key value is, you have set of 31 data. On those 31 data, what is the lowest? Of course March 1st is always the lowest. And then in this set, the second set, it's going to see what is the lowest value for the open, high, and each of this, and it gets those value and it's going to throw it out here. So by this we are able to get all this high, low, minimum value. And here if you notice, this is interesting that we had a data in this to start with, and the data was all together, all over. Then we did a group by, we separated based on the index name, and after we separated that, we applied certain condition like minimum value or maximum value kind of stuff, and then we combined them and we showed it here. And if you look into Python pandas documentation, it would show this process is called splitting the data, then applying the function and combining the results. Okay, so that way you can slice and dice the way you want and you can get the results you need. Okay, so with this we have done a simple example of data frame group by, and if you go into pandas data frame group by, you would find lot more examples and you would find it very interesting. With this we are done for this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.